Who's ready for a show?
Marcus Speaks.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks. I'm your host, Marcus, and this is another episode of Marcus Speaks. So, everybody, I want to get through some things real quick. So, first things first, if you see if you see what's on your screen that's below me and above my head, please do this. Please like, subscribe, share this, comment in the comment section. Alright? When you comment, I'll show you comment just like this. Alright? So, please do that. Please like, share, and subscribe if you could. Alright? And hit that bell icon if you're new when you subscribe. Alright? So, welcome to Marcus Speaks, like I said. Marcus Speaks Live. This is the podcast that I do here on Saturday, every Saturday, I should say, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you're in a different time zone, then you should really know when, I come on. So, if I come on at 6:30 over here, please know what your time zone is. All right. So, don't forget. No, that's the wrong one. Where'd I put it? Here we go. Don't forget, Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a game stream. All right. I do a game stream every Friday at 6:30. And with that, now have a second YouTube channel called Marcus Speaks Play that is dedicated to me playing games. All right, so I'm trying to have to where my main channel, this channel right here, is just my podcast and other things I want to do, and then the game channel will be strictly just for games and stuff. But you'll still see me here on Facebook and what else am I on? I'm trying to get on um, Instagram, but for some reason that program that I have is not working. So I'm trying to make it over there to Instagram, but you know I'm having trouble. So I am streaming live, saying that I'm streaming live using Restream.com. I'm not getting paid by saying this, so everybody, especially YouTube and Facebook, I'm not getting paid to say this. I like their program so much. I just like talking about it. So I'm streaming live to Facebook and YouTube using Restream.com. All right. Some people like Streamlabs. Some people like StreamYard. I like um, I like Restream for its efficiency and it's easy to use. All right. So with that, with the channel stuff, I am my first channel is Marcus Speaks. My second channel is Marcus Speaks Play. So please go over there and subscribe. If you go to my main channel, you should see right in the beginning or the top of the channel, you'll see the Marcus Speaks Play channel right there. So you can hit subscribe right there on my main channel. So if you have any show ideas or game recommendations for either or, for both either my podcast or my game stream, please let me know either in the either comment section, either the Facebook comment section or the YouTube comment section or the live chat. Like I said, if you write something in the live chat, I'm looking directly at it. So if you write something, I'll be able to see it and I will show you comment on the screen. All right. Also, you can follow me. You can also, if you want to write me as well, as far as the ideas, hit me up in my DMs. And the way to do that is to follow me on social media. And the social medias you can find me at is Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast. You can find me on Facebook. My personal page is Marcus Speaks. I also have a group page. Marcus Speaks PC is how you can search it when you search for it. But the group page is called Marcus Speaks Podcast. Both Instagram and the Facebook group page is linked together. So if I put anything on Instagram, it shows up on the group page. All right. So also, I have just created a Twitter. So you can find me at Twitter at Marcus Speaks 25. It's all one word. Capital M for Marcus, lowercase Speaks, all one word. Type it all out. Marcus with an S, and then right after the S in Marcus, type S for Speaks, and then write the rest of Speaks out, and then 25, all one word. All right, that's how you can find me. I gotta put that. Also gotta write that in the description, so I will be getting on that pretty soon. So yeah, you can find me through doing that, and that's really it for the promotional stuff. But if I could, let me bring two things back up again. My first channel, Marcus Speaks. This is the channel you're on now. Then my second channel, Marcus Speaks Podcast. Marcus Speaks Play. Sorry. If you go to either or channel, you will see. So on the main page, Marcus Speaks Play is at the top. On Marcus Speaks Play, Marcus Speaks is at the top of it. So if you subscribe to one, subscribe to both. All right. And what else did I want to bring up? Yes, this. Please, if you're watching, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell if you could. All right, hit the bell. Hitting the bell is very important because you get all my notifications. Let me write that in now. All right, let me save that. So again, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. All right. So that's it. That's it with the promotional stuff. Let me turn the music back up. I don't like this song. All right. So everybody, before I start, me and my cousin, I was with my cousin just like practically an hour ago. So we was talking. So I brought up the fact because I've been hearing for like maybe like a month now that Aaliyah's catalog is up for streaming now. Like you can stream all of Aaliyah's songs and stuff. Um, it also, I just got a notification for something. Um, let's see, what's that? All right, that ain't important. All right, so yeah. Um, so Aaliyah's catalog is up for streaming now, so you can stream all of Aaliyah's stuff now. Um, so I was telling them, I said, do you think that Beyonce would have had as good of a career if Aaliyah was still alive? I said no, right? He said, yeah, she still would be as big as she is now. And I declined by saying that, and this was the reference I used. I said, okay, so do you think Jermaine Jackson would have had as good of a career, or as big of a career? Hold on. Do you think Jermaine Jackson would have had as big of a career as Michael Jackson if Michael Jackson would have never went solo? So that made him laugh for the simple fact he couldn't name one Jermaine Jackson song, and I named three for him, and I'm 10 years younger than him. I named Daddy's Home, Dynamite, and Let's Get Serious. Those was the three songs I named. He didn't even know those songs. So I got a question. I got that same question for y'all. Do y'all think Beyonce would have had as big of a career if Aaliyah never died? So that's y'all's for tonight. Y'all chew on that and let me know in either of my comment sections. So to get into it, if y'all see the title states that it's sex, scandal, stupidity, and murder, right? And um, I got some. I keep forgetting, y'all, that I have this this stream deck next to me, and the reason why I keep forgetting about it because I be so into what the hell I be talking about that I never press any button on this, and I can't even find the one thing that I need to play during this. So I guess I won't be playing it. So anyway, so look, as I try to search for this, because I think I deleted some of the stuff that was in here. I think I did. So, anyway, so check this out, y'all. Yes, I did. That's fucked up. I need to quit. I need to quit touching shit because uh, let's see. Nah, that's not the one. Yeah, I don't have it. So anyway, so to keep this going, um, so here's my first story. Okay, my first story is sea snakes don't attack people because they're angry. Sea snakes attack people because they're horny. Now I know y'all might be asking, why the fuck are you about to talk about sea snakes? Look. I didn't know this myself, but look, it was very interesting, and I had to show it to y'all. So, and what I need to do before I'd say any of this shit is I need to set up some of the things that I should have set up before I got this show rolling. So, let's see if I'm up and running with that. Okay, yes I am. And this one, let's see if that works. Yes, that is working as well. All right, so let me bring that back up. And yeah, so look, I was watching this video, and I was on YouTube and I was watching this video, and it's not the video I'm about to show. It's a different video. It's a guy that does like short videos all the time. He like shares things. So so he brought up sea snakes and them being horny, right? So y'all might be like, so what is this a sea snake? So I'm about to show y'all what a sea snake is. Well, before I do that, I forgot to do one. Now I'll do it once I get there. So this is a sea snake, y'all. This is a sea snake. This is an olive sea snake. And sea snakes are from off of the coast of Australia in the Great Barrier Reef, and it's another variation of them somewhere else. I think off of the coast of Africa. It's a black sea snake. But this particular sea snake right here, it it spends majority, well, all of his life in the sea or in the ocean. All right. So it has a nice little flat part of its tail so it can swim around, and it spends all of its life in the sea. So there's a whole bunch of fatally venomous animals living somewhere in the wild. Among the most toxic of them are the sea snake. All right. In case you didn't know, sea snakes are snakes that breathe air and spend their entire lives in the ocean. And open water really isn't the kind of place where you want to get a snake bite. It's not hard to imagine why you're underwater or on a boat, potentially miles away from the shore, when your muscles stop working and your nervous system starts turning off the lights. The worst part, the worst part of the worst part of the snake is that something they just attack divers and fishermen for no reason. Places like Australia's Great Barrier Reef are 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 notorious for their sea snakes or for their snakes that suddenly rush at divers out of the depths. Among the most common offenders is the olive sea snake. Their venom is drop by drop most potent of sea snakes since it attacks both your muscles and nerves at the same time. All right. Luckily, these encounters rarely result in bites. Still, if you're a diver, you'll have a potentially deadly animal zigzagging around you, looking for an opening. But now, a new study published in scientific reports have shed light on why these snakes suddenly attack people. It turns out they're not they're not being aggressive or angry at all. They're just looking for some sweet, sweet loving. So I'm about to show y'all this video real fast. All right. So I got that for nothing. So let me show y'all this video real fast. So here we go. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Sorry. Oh, come on. What is it doing? Yeah, this is the one I'm supposed to be on. Is my volume down? Okay, here we go. Okay. What was that? 139. Sorry, y'all.
Sea snakes live in tropical coral reefs and can grow up to 6 feet long. They're also highly.
Look at that motherfucker. I would be. Look, I can't swim anyway, but if I could and I saw this motherfucker, you might as well take my heart up my chest as I saw that. Alright, let's keep going.
And have been known to attack human divers with no provocation. The snakes usually don't bite, and an article published in the Scientific Reports states that the snakes aren't out to kill. They're just out for some sweet, sweet loving. The attacks occur during mating season and are initiated by male sea snakes. They mistakenly view divers as female sea snakes and go for the gusto. The report suggests that divers who are put upon by big male sea snakes stay calm and let the snake investigate you with its tongue. When they realize their mistake, the snakes will go away. Also, the poop coming out.
Alright. So, who wouldn't be fucking frightened and shit on themselves at the same time if they saw a snake rushing towards them just so that they could get their freak on with them? I don't think that that would be the first thought, is just to let the snake grab on. Hell no. Hell to the no. So, yeah, that shit's funny as fuck. as much as it's funny as frightening, right? So, so I'm gonna try to queue up this next video while I'm talking. So, so the question why. The study's lead author Rick Shine, an evolutionary biologist at uh, Marquee University in Australia, got interested in the snakes because their behaviors seemingly define common animal characteristics. Wild animals don't attack people without good reason. Shine told Smithsonian Magazine, snakes on the land almost never attack people, but there were all these stories about sea snakes doing it. In Shine's mind, the bizarre behavior begged for someone to ask certain questions, and he asked it: why the hell would a sea snake race toward a person underwater? Shine himself may have been at a loss of how to start studying the snake. Luckily for him, he knew someone who had plenty of experience with olive sea snakes. Tim Lynch, the study's co-author and a scientist with Australia's Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, is an experienced diver. Back in 1994, he spent 250 hours underwater at the Great Barrier Reef studying olive sea snakes for his PhD thesis. He recorded his encounters with the snake, including how many he saw and whether they approached him. Years ago, Shine had read Lynch's thesis, but it was never published in a peer-reviewed journal. Then the COVID-19 pandemic hit and brought practically all field research at a halt. That also meant that Shine couldn't go and study sea snakes on his own. That was when he remembered Lynch and in his results. He contacted his fellow scientists and suggested they dust off their decade-old thesis to look for possible explanations. Lynch was all too happy to participate together. The duo got to work. I got all these pages, yo. I'm sorry. I don't write my shit down no more. I now do it on my computer. So I double space. Well, not really. I spaced and a half my my paper. So I got all these pages now. All right. So so too too horny to think straight. These are the titles that I got, yo. I'm sorry. So so once they started reviewing the data on olive sea snakes, as they did so, they noticed a clear pattern. In total, Lynch had recorded 158 snake encounters, out of which 74 had started with the snake approaching Lynch. Furthermore, of the 74 encounters, 13 involved the snake charging Lynch. Uh, Curiously, all the charges occurred between May and August. The olive sea snake mating season, additional, hold on, between May and August, the olive sea snake mating season. Additionally, every time a snake charged Lynch, it had just before that engaged in mating related behavior. Male sea snakes that had charged Lynch had been either queering off or squaring off against another male, or chasing a female that got away. Female sea snakes, on the other hand, had been escaping unwelcome uh, admirous advances. Escaping unwelcome admirous advances. Some of the males had even tried to get busy with Lynch. That is disgusting. All right, that's disgusting. He recalled that a few of them started coiling around his flipper, as snakes do when they do the dirty. Excuse me. I don't know if y'all seen snakes have sex, but they wrap around each other like this, and then mating happens. Uh, in certain species, y'all may not know this, but in some snake species, there's like one female mating with like maybe 12 males. So what we call that in the human world is a gangbang. So during certain species of snakes mating, they gangbang females. I'm sorry, that's just what happens. Okay, that's just what happens. So where am I at now? Okay. The scientists combine these patterns with previous research on olive sea snakes. They can't see all the they can't see all that well underwater, and they ended up concluding that the male snakes has simply mistaken Lynch for a sexy lady snake. Suppose that a compliment. All right. The only solution is heartbreak. Everybody, according to Shine, it's difficult for male snakes to find a girl to who in the first place, or to woo in the. Let me read that over because I'm reading weird right now. According to Shine, it's difficult for male snakes to find a girl to woo in the first place, and who and when the object of their affection escapes, they might dart toward the nearest shape they can they can see in a harmonious uh, induced mating frenzy. End quote. Then once the snake gets there, it takes him a little while to realize the large object isn't the girl he was pursuing, Shine explained. Female snakes, on the other hand, often go looking for a safe place to hide when they get underwater, unwanted attention. Sorry. Male olive sea snakes are, as you no doubt realize, very persistent, so hiding is often the only option for females. While the scientists' results can't explain every snake attack, they believe that many divers have simply misinterpreted the snake's behavior. People almost universally interpret these behaviors as aggression. Snakes are often seen as these uh, mal malevolent. Sorry, malevolent. I'm fucking reading crazy right now. I'm trying to get through this story. This is a fluff piece. But anyway, snakes are often seen as these malevolent beings intent on mayhem. But in this case, really, they're just looking for love," said Shine. Shine and Lynch hope that their study can help uh, recreational divers avoid the snake's potentially lethal love bite. They advise divers to not attempt swimming away from the snake. It will catch up to a clumsy human. Don't try to hit the snake or fend it off because that could upset it. Just give the snake a chance to figure out who you are, and once they do, they will likely head off. Instructed Shine. Apparently, the only solution is to break the lovelorn snake's heart, and that's fucked up.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Found this on a funny ass news site. I forgot what it's called, but that's where I found this story. All right. So, my next story, no, I didn't get to show y'all that video. So, here is the next video that concludes this here snake loving frenzy.
Sea snakes over the Great Barrier Reef, apparently during breeding season, they will just attach to divers and try to mate with them. The males are so that they can't see, and so they're attaching to divers and wrapping around them.
That's how they do it.
Basically, they're just humping. You're getting humped by a sea snake?
Why is it my initial reaction was sea snakes want to get busy and start mating? I'm like, oh no, how do they do it? I didn't imagine them wrapping around and humping. I'm like, they're going to try and crawl in the boom boom hole. Like,
oh yeah, that's worse.
In water.
Oh.
So that was their take on it. So that concludes that story. Nice little fluff piece. But here we go. We're about to get into the thick of it. Alright, y'all. So, I don't have a video that goes along with this story, and this is what I should have done before playing that video. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. Reason why I do this is because every time when I have a story, I usually have a video that goes along with it, for the simple fact that when I make my points, there's always a video to further explain what I'm talking about. All right? All right. So, does anybody want to go to Europe? And if you do you intend on attending any sex parties? Because to let you know, world's most exclusive sex parties are completely sold out until October. All right. So if y'all going anytime this month in the month of September, you might as well save your money, get your money back from your plane ticket, and go next month. Because if you intend on, if you intend on going to a sex party, they're all booked. So sorry for your perverted self and your perverted life, but excuse me, but you can't attend. All right. So if I was over there and I had to, I was wanting to do that. Well, I wouldn't want to do it, but if I was in a hotel that was allowing this shit, this is how I would feel. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab myself and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah. So, yeah, if you try if you're trying to do that, then it's not a good idea to go. So the company that hosts the world's most exclusive sex parties completely sold out of tickets from July 19th until October. As the UK reopens again after the easing of nearly all COVID-19 restrictions, it's been a tough 18 months for everyone, but a few have had it excuse me, but a few have had it as tough as those who own nightclubs and put on large events. The counts double if your event are fundamentally incapable with social distancing. It might involve quite a bit of touching. Killing Kittens was found by Emma Saley in 2005, I'm sorry, 2015, 2005, and has quickly garnered a reputation around the world for their, I don't even know what the hell this word is, head, done, I don't know how to say that, for its celebrations. Let's see that, for their celebrations of sexuality, as well as their famously rigorous vetting process for attendees. Now, Now they're back, and Saley says they're more in demand than ever before. She told Lad Bible, back in April, we released tickets for July and August and sold out within 6 hours. Then we doubled more events than we normally do in those months because August is usually quiet, and then they sold out. So we're now sold out through until August. On Tuesday, we released tickets for more events for five more. for 5 more events, up until the end of November. They're almost sold out now. Damn, that's a lot of people that want to fuck each other. God damn it. I guess if y'all want to go, look. I guess if y'all ain't out there, you know what I mean, and this would be the perfect time if I had that sound right now. Um, damn, I wish I could find that sound. I probably don't have it anymore. I'm pretty sure I don't. Oh, here we go. If y'all want to go ahead and go over there to Europe and get, God damn it, come on. If y'all want to go over there and get sexy with each other and just, you know what I mean, just freak everybody and get yourself ready, you know what I mean, just go over there to Saley's Killing Kittens, because obviously everybody over there killing kittens. If y'all know what I'm talking about, this dude's over there killing kittens like a motherfucker with they ramrods. They just over there just doing they fucking thing, just getting it and woo, might make your head blow off. And then afterwards, you flush the fucking condom down the toilet. All right, don't y'all leave that shit in the trash can. You better flush that shit down the toilet. And zip your pants up when you're done. So, I'm sorry for that, y'all. It was just funny. All right. um. All right. So, a couple of them are sold out, so it's really good. I just don't want another bloody. Whoa! I just don't want another bloody delay. Oh, she's English, so bloody means fucking or whatever. Not fucking, but like fucking like it's fucking delay, whatever. So I just don't want another bloody delay where I have to move 3 parties like I've had to do in the last 3 weeks. We are ready to go. Everything is sold out. We're doubled the amount of events. We've got new venues and new concepts that we're launching on top of the ones that we were doing anyway. So in July we've got 4 events in July, six or seven in August, and we're back in New York. We've had a fine we had to find new venues due to demand. That's why we've launched different concepts. Killing Kittens works on a model that puts women in control, and only women or those in a couple can apply to get tickets for the events. So what they mean by that is this: it's putting women in control. So basically, it's probably it's probably the concept like a strip club, because we all know, dudes, we can't touch the girls at the strip club. But if you bring your girlfriend can touch her all day. Because for some reason there isn't any restrictions on females touching each other, but nobody has a problem with that. So, but basically, her party intends the female to be in control, or if you're in a couple, then you get, you know, I guess you get like yourself a nice package or something like that, or whatever. So, so basically, to end this, is in the past they've been known for their exclusive attitude to admitting members, and while you don't have to be I don't know what that means, chiseled out of marble to attend, you will have to submit some photos. Because she said it's a vetting process. So if there's a vetting process, then I guess you have to show what you look like. I guess if, to see if people think that you're attractive. But for any of y'all freaks out there who want to go, make sure y'all hit up, I forgot Shorty's name. Uh, Say Lee. What's Shorty's name? So Emma Say Lee. So look up Emma Say Lee if y'all want to go to one of them sex parties and get your freak on. All right.
This is a certified hood classic.
Because there's some freaks out there that want to go to that shit. All right. Next story. I'm doing this pretty fast too. I done got through 2 stories. All right, y'all. There's a dumbass Indian dude that in India, uh, he was about to get his freak on. And if y'all can realize what I'm doing with this show so far is all about sex. All right. So, all right. So basically, what I'm saying here is that an Indian man, a tried to use a contraceptive other than a condom. All right. And you might be asking, well, what the hell did he use as a contraceptive? I need to get that out of my shot. So you might be asking, what did he use as a contraceptive? Man uses adhesive instead of a condom, then dies. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right, so in a bizarre turn of events, an Indian man died after using epoxy resin in lieu of a condom during intercourse. How the fuck did the girl feel? That's what I want to know. How the fuck did the girl feel when he used this epoxy resin? If y'all don't know what epoxy resin is, epoxy resin basically you can form shit out of it or you can make stuff with it. So if y'all go into go onto YouTube, type in epoxy resin art, and you'll see all kinds of stuff that people do with epoxy resin. You can make like lamps and shit out of it. Some people still do make lamps out of epoxy resin to this day. So you can basically make shit with epoxy resin. So condom, lieu of condom during intercourse with with his former fiance. His family is now asking for police to conduct a more thorough investigation into their son's death. The Times of India reported the incident took place at a hotel in Ahmedabad. Once inside, police said the man, identified as 25-year-old Salman Mirza, and his ex-fiance wanted to hook up, but the couple didn't have a condom. That's when they decided to get creative. And why the fuck would you get that goddamn creative? Why I still got this damn picture up? so, yeah, they, he didn't decide to use a condom. He decided to use some epoxy resin. So, shame on him. So, since they did not have any protection, they decided to apply this adhesive on his private parts to ensure that she does not get pregnant. A senior Ahmedabad police officer told the outlet. Police further explained the couple regularly carry the adhesive on their person. Now that's stupid. Here we go. Let me play this for y'all real fast. God damn it. Alright, sorry about that.
A resident of Fatehwadi, Ahmedabad, checked into a hotel with his fiancée, and after realizing that they didn't have any contraceptives, he decided to make use of an epoxy adhesive for protection. He was found unconscious in some shrubs near the hotel, where his friend Faiz Sheikh found him. He was rushed to the hospital, but his condition had already gone out of hands. He passed away soon after. The viscera samples of the deceased have been sent for forensic examination. We are waiting for the report to arrive. Premsutanu, DCP, told Toy. Salman and his girlfriend were allegedly under the influence of drugs when they decided to take this step. They used to abuse a drug that involved a
Oh, that's the reason why they got stupid because they was high.
whitener and the adhesive, which is inhaled to get a kick. They used the adhesive to avoid pregnancy. Unfortunately, the adhesive damaged Salman's organs, and he died due to multiple organ failure, said the DCP. We investigated the CCTV footage of the hotel and saw Salman entering the premise with his ex-fiancée. Salman was the only person at
What the fuck is going on with my sound? Alright, so I guess that's the end of that video. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these videos today. So, alright, so local outlets allege Mirza and his ex-fiancee were addicted to drugs and would often inhale the epoxy. That's the reason why they got stupid. They was high on epoxy. If y'all don't know about this epoxy resin, when y'all see people use epoxy resin, they usually have on an N95 mask. The simple fact that the resin gives off an odor, and it also is dangerous, if I should say that, to say the least. Epoxy resin is very dangerous. You can't get it in your eyes, you can't get it on your hands, or anywhere on your skin, and you can't get it. You can't get it on your private parts, of course, because of other reasons. So yeah, they was high and would often inhale epoxy, which would also be mixed with a whitener. Uh, Acquaintances told police that on the night before his ill-timed death, Mirza and his ex-fiancee were under the influence of this drug cocktail when they decided to also use the epoxy on their as their contraceptive. Reported News 18. The next day, Mirza was found lying unconscious near an apartment complex. According to the Times of India, Mirza was taken home by a friend, but his condition quickly deteriorated. Eventually, his friend had no other option than to take him to a nearby hospital for treatment. There, he died. Police said the epoxy contraceptive caused Mirza to experience multiple organ failure. However, News 18 explained that his family suspected that drug use ultimately led to Mirza's death. They believe Mirza lost consciousness at some point during the event, uh, which negatively affected his health. The false, the false condom only exacerbated the problem. The family also blamed his ex-fiancee for their son's death, and asked police for further investigate the incident. We were we are waiting for the report of the deceased uh what the viscera sample that has been sent for forensic examination. Deputy Police Commissioner uh, Pasuk Pasuk Dula Delu, I don't know how the fuck to say this Indian shit. Uh, Told Times of India. The New York Post stated Mirza was the sole breadwinner of his family and left behind elderly parents and two sisters. Because if y'all don't know, in Indian culture, uh, they all take care of each other, basically. So there you have it. In other strange incidents, Newsweek previously reported that an Indian man died after biting a venomous baby snake in what is believed to have been a revenge attack. Why the fuck would you do that? So, that was hilarious. So, uh, the snake had reportedly bitten the man earlier that day. Upset, he captured the creature and decided to enact his revenge. However, he was bitten more than 10 times in the face while he feasted on it. His family urged him to visit a hospital, but he refused. He was found dead the next day, which kind of corresponds with the same story. So the man probably didn't die from the pox, he probably died from snake bites because he crazy like that. All right, I'm getting through these stories too fast. All right, so what I got next? Um, Let me do this real fast. If you could, if you're watching right now, hit that live chat. All right, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell if you're new. When you subscribe, hit that bell for all notifications. All right, all notifications. And with that, if you could, you can follow me on both of my channels. My main channel, my first channel, is Marcus Speaks, the one that you're on now. If you are on this, if you're on your phone watching this, lower the video, go into or tap tap my thumbnail. All right, tap my thumbnail, which looks like this. All right, then my channel will pop up. Subscribe, hit the bell, and then right underneath of that is my other channel, my second channel, Marcus Speaks Play. All right, that is my gaming channel. So when you do that, hit subscribe to the main channel, hit the bell to all, go right underneath of that. Should be able to subscribe to my other channel right on that page. Hit subscribe and hit the bell to all. All right. So, and also let me bring this up again. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So all of that is right there in front of you. I'll leave that up for a little while so you guys can go and find me. All right. So everything, excuse me, everything is Marcus Speaks anywhere you go. All right. Here's my next story. This is more. This is more on the scandal side because it's still ongoing. This story. So Instagram model Miss Mercedes Moore, age 33, is found strangled to death in her Texas apartment in murder-suicide. So, a popular Instagram model and social media influencer has been found dead by her father, Mark uh, Gag, Gag, Gagnier. I think that's how you say his name, Mark Gagnier. Strangled at the bottom of the stairs of her Houston apartment. He and his girlfriend found Janae, which is her real name, Janae Gagnier, at the bottom of the stairs. At first, they thought she'd fallen down them in an accident. He kicked in the door to get inside, and that is when Mark ran upstairs, find him lying on the ground bleeding, and I'll show you this guy's picture in a second. Her attacker died seconds later. He said by plunging a knife into his neck. They then heard a Cortio. I think that's how you say his name. A Cortio. That's not him. Well, that's her father, Mark, and that's I would say that is her mother because they look just alike. This is uh, a Corto. So they then heard a quarto gurgling with blood in what police believe to be a murder suicide. The home had been destroyed with blood everywhere and the messages on the wall written in lipstick. And this is what it looked like. He wrote, he was in my daughter's house. My daughter died on the floor. I didn't know I didn't know what he did. He was twitching, he was gurgling. I could look in the room. There's writing all over the walls. He was there for like 2 days writing on the walls. That's what her father said. So this says, I wish I never loved her. If no one knows why this occurred, uh, we'll call her by her real name, Janae. Janae was also an OnlyFans. What? How would you say that? An OnlyFans creator, I guess. OnlyFans creator. She had an OnlyFans basically. He also wrote, "I should have stayed in Florida," and I'll tell you why he wrote that. Also, I was used, and I guess that part that's written in black says for money. I was used for money. So very very disturbing. Sorry to the landlord. I heard. I can't even read some of this. I just know that it says right there. I hurt a lot of people. That's all. That's all. And then you have the stuff that's going up and down right here. I don't know what that says. Very strange. Very chilling. Very chilling. So that was, and it's disturbing as well. So I'm gonna play a video real fast. So let's go. Let's do this.
Mystery still surrounds an Instagram model's murder in Richmond. Tonight, her millions of followers are still asking why. Our Grace White is back on the case tonight and has new details. Grace?
What makes this case so complex is social media. Janae Ganier's family says she didn't know the man who killed her. Now police are poring over her millions of followers to try to find him.
Did you recover any weapons, any guns, any knives? Did you recover anything from the crime scene?
I don't want to release what we have or have not recovered. I will tell you there was no shooting involved.
Motive is still the biggest mystery in the murder of Instagram model Miss Mercedes Moore. The 33-year-old was found strangled to death in her Richmond apartment Sunday. The man identified as the suspect, 34-year-old Kevin Cordo from Florida.
Cordo.
What about his car? Do you know how he got here from Florida? Did you recover a car?
That is information.
An airline?
That is information that is part of the case that I won't release. It has to do with tracking him from how he got to Texas.
Now, check this out. Why in the fuck would they not just share that information for the simple fact that it's gonna be this is being talked about now. You got Drake dedicating his album tour, which makes no sense. And then you got, and I'll get into all the other people that said stuff. But you're having people talking about this shit. I'm talking about this shit now. And we want to know what was the motive. Now, I showed in one of the videos, well, not one of the videos, one of the pictures, that the guy said this when he wrote on the wall. I was used. Right? for money. I was used for money. Now, this isn't to denigrate the dead at all, but why would a man who has killed himself for the simple fact that he killed someone and he doesn't want to go to jail? This is we all know this by now. That the only reason why he killed himself is for the simple fact that he didn't want to go to jail. Which is a coward way out is to kill yourself. You should just go to jail and somebody kill you. Like it makes more sense that way. But we all have questions. And to all the other Instagram models, if you want to call them that, I'm pretty sure that these Instagram models are also asking themselves, who the fuck have I fucked over this whole time? And like I said, she had an OnlyFans, and you pay a base amount for you pay a base an amount based on, I guess, however long you want to keep the subscription or something, I guess. Um, I had to look into it. I have a podcast. I got to do my research. So, uh, luckily, a YouTuber that I follow, he has an OnlyFans himself. It's not sex. I wasn't going on there for sex, y'all. Don't look at me like that. He has an OnlyFans because he has a podcast. He does podcasting for a living. So, charge people a based amount. Also, he gets donations, so that's how he makes his money. Also, investments. So, yeah. But he was covering this story as well, and certain sensitive things you can't show here on YouTube or Facebook. So he shared it over there on his OnlyFans. I didn't get to look at any of that stuff because I don't feel like paying $10 for a month. The hell with that. I'll just wait until somebody either who has saw what he presented and does some type of YouTube video where they speak about it. So let's continue what is going on here.
Another question police are still trying to answer. How did he get in? There were no signs of forced entry, and it's a gated complex. Somehow, though, he found a way in.
You have to kind of understand those apartments.
That is a good question. How did he get in? And I'll tell you why she was in a gated community. At the same time, the same question remains. How the hell did this man get in? It had to be at night, but if it's a gated community, there has to be plenty of cameras around, so I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure that there are guards guarding the premises at all times. So, how the fuck did this man get in? Also, how did the man get in the girl's house, and how did he know where she lived? Now, I didn't collect the last few, or maybe I could do that now. How about that? Let me move my paper real fast and let's investigate a little further, would we? All right, let me turn this on for y'all. Well, now let me just search her first. Oh, it popped right up. All right. Hope I don't get kicked off YouTube for this. Well, I'm gonna turn my camera off real fast. This is her last. I just liked it. I did not mean to do that. God damn it. This is her last picture. This is her last picture that she posted. This picture was posted. Come on, I need to see when this last picture was posted. I don't want to go down all these messages. August 17th. This just happened Sunday. Damn. Hold on. So Sunday was. Okay, let me just go into my calendar. Do 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 do. Where the hell is my calendar on this? Do 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 do. There we go. All right, it's better if I do this on my phone. Uh, so Sunday was August 29th. That picture was taken Tuesday, August 17th, which is strange. So 2 weeks had went past when this happened, which is weird. All right, let me just get out of here. All right, so this is her last picture. Her last picture. As you can see, she blurred her address out as well. It's crazy. It's a lot of Instagram girls that is RIP-ing her. RIP. K Camp says something. Uh, a Virgo World, rest in peace, gorgeous. Nikki Nicole, oh my gosh, RIP, baby girl. Miss Kelsey Nicole, put prayer hands. I am delicious, put crying faces. RIP. Kiko Black, RIP beautiful. DJ Mr. Rogers. Also, what to say? Also a sweetheart. The city will truly miss you. And it just goes on, RIP, rest easy, all this other craziness. But this is, let me zoom up so I'm not looking like a pervert. This is her last, um, this is her last picture. Pictures. Last 3 pictures. But as you can see, like I said, how did he know where she lived if this was blurred out? It makes no sense. Obviously, some way or another, this picture, because she had to have shared this to OnlyFans as well. So it's some way that this picture was also put on OnlyFans. And I would say if it was, and she didn't cover, or she didn't blur out her door number, it's a possibility the guy could have found out where she lived at. Or, let me get technical with y'all real fast. A lot of people are good at searching where people live at. Now, she has a fake name on her profile. Her real name is Janae Gagnier. Her name on her name on Instagram is Mercedes Moore. So how would one know how to find her other than trying? This dude had to be at it for a while. He had to have tried to look at if she was following any family members on her Instagram. I'm not going that far. I'm not going to look at that. But we you gotta ask yourself, and these Instagram models have to ask themselves as well. Are they doing anything that is basically uh these guys that are basically funding their lives, because it's all lames that's doing this shit. So it's two ways she's probably making money: Fashion Nova by modeling Fashion Nova stuff, and OnlyFans. If she's selling it, if she's well, she has to sell her pictures on OnlyFans. But I'm wondering if she's selling those pictures as well on other in other ways. Because from what I heard, she was on a what was that magazine called, y'all, where it was nothing like the whole magazine was just like pictures full of girls, like girls in like bikinis and lingerie and shit. I forgot what it's called. I haven't seen that damn magazine in years. But it was a magazine where it damn, I just had the name. Shit. It was basically like the Black Maxim without the articles, basically. That's all it was. But anywho, let's finish up this video.
You can enter 3 different ways: through the garage, through the back door, through the front door. So it makes it difficult to understand.
But police in the small town of Richmond vowing to get answers in what's been the highest profile murder case they've seen in years.
There will be closure for the family. Where this case ends, there will be closure for the family.
We asked police about restraining orders and if this suspect had a criminal history. So far, they've found none of that. Police did tell us they've been in touch with this man's family in Florida and hope to learn more about his motive. Back to you.
So much to investigate. Grace White wrapping it up. Thank you.
All right. So that is the next story. All right, let me get my paper back in front of me. At first they thought she'd fallen down. I think I said that already. Lipstick on the wall. So okay, here we go. There was blood all over the apartments. Suddenly, when I kicked in the door, he ended his life. For me to see that, I kind of just was in shock. I just stood there. He said, "That was her father speaking." Mark Gagnia. Or Gagnier. I'm sorry, I said Gagnia.
Family of an
I didn't mean to do that. So, Mark Gagnier said that he is yet to find out how Accordo found his daughter, who he said was private and quiet at home. Vigilant with security, despite her public online profile. Her mother added she didn't know this guy. He was a random person. He killed her and he killed himself. I just know that he's not somebody that my daughter doesn't associate with. What the fuck does that mean? I just know that he's not somebody that my daughter doesn't associate with. I think she meant somebody that my daughter does associate with, because by saying that my daughter doesn't associate with, that means that she associates with him. So that would make no sense by her mother saying that. Because if we was in conversation, I was like, I don't think that my sister. Hold on. How can I put that? Okay, well I can see where she's saying what she's saying doesn't. What she should have said was that I don't think. What she should have said was I know my daughter doesn't know him, or yeah, I don't think my daughter doesn't know him. That's what she should have said instead of doesn't associate with, which sounds more intellectual, but they included the phrases "I should have stayed in Florida," which I showed y'all in the beginning. I should have stayed in Florida. Um, I wish I never loved her. I'm on the wrong side. Oh, that's R. Kelly. I wished I never loved her, and I was used, which I just showed you. I was used, but what they left out was for money, which what we need to do, well, not we, but what the cops need to do is look at this picture much more thoroughly by actually looking at what's underneath of that is him saying it in full. I was used for money. And then ask the question, what does that mean? He was used for money. Now, this is just stories, y'all. This is not me with first-hand account. It's been a lot of crazy stories that come out of this type of sex work thing, such as this OnlyFans shit and the types of pictures that she takes, these scantishly clad, butt showing all the time. I spoke on this last week, where everywhere that you see on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any social media, there's always naked females on these sites. And with the what happened last year, there was a lot of opening for people to start some sort of business, such as OnlyFans. So OnlyFans happens, and you got women making seven figures, six figures, and shit like that on OnlyFans by selling videos of themselves doing stuff, pictures, or whatever. Like OnlyFans was a gold mine for strippers, women who take photos like Mercedes Moore, and porn stars. So and just females in general. A lot of females was creating OnlyFans and getting money. Hell, this woman who's been fired from their jobs because they created an OnlyFans because you know how it goes when you work for a company, you represent the company. So certain employers thought that it was not not a good look for their company. So, Accordo lives in Florida, and police still do not know how or when he got to Texas or tracked the model down. Now, that's scary because for the simple fact that it was 2 weeks, give or take. Yeah, let's say 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks of. It was 2 weeks from her taking her last three pictures. Who knows what she has on OnlyFans, right? So is a possibility he can be following her on both Instagram and OnlyFans. So if he's following her both on Instagram and OnlyFans, he has an abundance of seeing her all at once. Also, um, with this, how is it that he was able to track her down? Like I said, technology, right? It's rather strange he knew where she lived and then implanted himself inside of her house. Now you saw what her neighborhood looked like. It's a gated community. It's it, they have I guess row houses or apartments. They would probably call them apartments, but I would say townhouses. Um, that's just it looks like a quiet neighborhood. With her father saying her having a quiet lifestyle, with her having like a big online persona. So the best thing to rule this out with is that uh that he got to her, not got to her like saying he got to her, we all know he got to her, but it was a possibility that this was planned by him. It's just me speculating. Possibility that he planned this out, and also it's a possibility that he tracked her down online. Like he was on his computer, like trying to figure out where this girl lived. But the big question is this: how was it that he was able to get in her house, other than already being a creep and a criminal somehow? Because it's a way. Because he could have picked her locks somehow. Like the dude doesn't like. Let's look at the dude real quick. This motherfucker looks desperate. He looks like that. It was no. This dude really looks like he wasn't. And is this a mug shot or is this a license picture? Like that's something to think about as well. They said that he didn't have any sort of prior criminal history. So what was it, or how was it that like he doesn't look dumb? He looks desperate as fuck, but he doesn't look dumb. So it's a way that all of this could like most most of this investigation is common sense. Let's be honest. It's, they don't know how he got to her. There's a way he got to her. It's called technology. The same technology he's using to look at her is the same technology he's using to also track her down. So it's a possibility that he could have some way or another tracked her cell phone. Depending on what kind of phone she had, possibly an iPhone. Everybody has an iPhone. So let's say she had an iPhone. There's a possibility that she had an iPhone, and I'll tell you, this has happened to me before. So everybody, when you guys, if you're not doing it yourself, if you see a prompt on your phone, like you know how when you let's say, how can I explain this? Okay, Apple 101, uh Apple iPhones for Dummies 101, real fast. So at a point in time, I had an Apple iPad an Apple phone, and an Apple laptop. So if you have all of these devices and you're basically in a ecosystem, right? It's called the Apple ecosystem. You have the Apple ecosystem basically is this. If you have one device and you have more devices, all of these devices are connected in some sort of way. My iPad, basically at the time they ran iPads ran the same iOS system that the iPhone ran. So when I first got my iPad, when I synced everything up, it was a prompt that came on my phone that said there is a device near you that wants to use or wants to share information or whatever, right? And I'll tell you guys this: if you guys are getting these prompts and you did not do that, like you didn't set up a new device, or there's not a same device that is connected, or not same device, a device of Apple that isn't in your home that you either loaded up, set up, or just got or something, and you're thinking of loading it up, and you do all the necessary steps to do that. If you didn't do something within your phone or computer to get this prompt, and I should have put up a picture what the prompt looks like, because I remember this happened to me. I basically like so I was getting these prompts at the time. At the time, my old computer was going haywire. My old computer that I used to do my podcast on. My podcast was going haywire. So how the hell's my phone about to die? Quick second, y'all. Real quick. All right, thank y'all for standing by. My phone was about to die, and it was charging, so I don't know what the fuck was going on. All right, so like I was saying, so if you guys get that prompt right, and you didn't do anything on your phone to have that prompt come up, don't accept it, because it's a virus, or it's somebody who has a cloned cell phone of yours. So if that does happen, you have one or two options: get a new phone, change. Well, first thing you should do is change your password. At what you should be doing, if that does happen, is change all of your passwords. Every password that you have. If you're logged in on social medias and stuff like that, change all of your passwords. But the first password you should be changing is your cell phone password, your Apple ID password. Change that first. Now, with iPhones now, and I'm not sure about Androids. iPhones now, they have generated strong passwords that you can use. Use those passwords because it's a series of numbers and letters that make no sense. The rule of thumb with passwords is don't use your name and don't use your birthday. Your birthday. Um. Also, don't check like emails that don't seem right. If something seems a little sketchy with your emails, you getting like random emails in the states. Like I'm getting one right now that is asking the person that's on the other side is basically asking for me to promote some sort of like product or whatever, a collaboration or whatever. I don't know this company at all. So I've saved the password because I'm doing research on this company. If it is somebody from their what would you call it, their marketing team, then I will answer it. But the best thing to do, if I have an email attached to any social medias, is best if you're professional and you hit me up through my email. But people, I do want to say, please do not look at open strange emails. Don't, and I'm basically telling you everything that I learned from my job, what they tell us. Don't open strange emails. All right. Don't go to websites that don't have locks on them. So if when you type in a website and you don't see a lock next to www dot, get the fuck off of it, because you can either get malware installed onto your computer, spyware, or some sort of virus. So don't make sure that your computer, which my computer does, make sure your computer is encrypted and make sure you have your firewall up. All right. Also, what else can I say about this? Oh, make sure when you download shit, it's from a credible website, because you could be downloading. Look, you could download a file that's like 1.5 gigabytes at that. Let's just say megabytes. 1.5 megabytes. But you not knowing that that 1.5 megabytes could have 56 uh yeah, so you could download something that is 1.5 megabytes. You could be looking at it like, hey, whatever, it's megabytes. It'll take up no space on whatever device, right? But you not knowing, you could have that file with what you downloaded could have 56 gigabytes worth of information behind that, which could be child porn, revenge, not revenge porn, but weird shit on it, to where you know you could have certain shit pushed onto your phone and you not knowing, or your computer and you not knowing. If you're ever on your computer and you're looking at stuff and you be like, wait, how did this website pop up if I've never been to it before? If you're typing it in, if you're typing it in and you don't either have that website saved or you haven't been to Google and it automatic and you looked it up and typed it in. If none of that has happened, if you've never been to this website whatsoever and it automatically pops up, it could be a possibility that you have something up on your computer that is some sort of virus, spyware, or malware. So be vigilant. Make sure you pay attention to what the fuck y'all downloading. All right. All right. Uh, so Accordo lives in Florida, and police still do not know how or when he got to Texas or tracked the model down. Janae's father, Mark, said it looked as though he had been in the home for 2 or 3 days, writing all over the wall. So this is where I play the video.
Model who was killed in an apparent murder
Hold on.
suicide. Now, the family of an Instagram model who was killed in an apparent murder-suicide is now speaking out. We first told you about the death of Miss Mercedes Moore yesterday.
Authorities say her body was found in her apartment in Fort Bend County, along with the body of a man who killed her on Sunday. And now her family has come forward to share their heartbreak as they search for answers following this disturbing discovery. KPRC2's Jacob Rascone live in Richmond tonight with the new details. Jacob?
The family says they hadn't heard from her for a couple days, so they showed up here to the apartment complex. When no one answered when the dad knocked, he kicked the door in and said he found his daughter there on the floor, already deceased, and her killer upstairs with a knife in him, still alive. To her parents and other family and friends, 33-year-old Janae Gagne was so much more
Gagne.
than an
Okay, that's how you
Instagram
say it.
She was special. Just like she had the million, a few million followers, that's all fine and good. But she was a person, and we miss her a lot.
Searching us out to get the facts. Janae was loved, fun.
So I guess they're Creole, Gagne. So, all right.
Goofy, crazy as hell. I know, and I shouldn't say that about my daughter, but that's my daughter.
2.6 million followers on Instagram knew her as Mercedes Moore. What happened on Sunday was the family's worst nightmare. Attacked, they say, by a stalker.
How this guy found her, I don't know, but me walking in and finding my daughter and finding him committing suicide was just...
Quick question, funny question too. How long do y'all think it took him to kick that door down? Hey, Mr. Mark Gagnier, or yeah, Gag, whatever the fuck you say, whatever. If you want to take my class on kicking doors in 101, look, I won't even charge you. This is what you do. You forcefully push your shoulder into the groove of the door, right? So it's the part that meets like that, that meets like a square or whatever, right? Press your shoulder real nice, your dominant shoulder. You don't want to hurt yourself. You want to push your dominant shoulder into that groove. And what you want to do, you want to take whatever dominant side you're on, whatever non-dominant leg that you're not on. What you want to do, you want to push your foot, right? You want to push your foot, give yourself enough force, and then you want to shove your shoulder into that groove of the door. What that's going to do, it's going to crack the frame. Once you do that, you back up, you take your dominant foot now, make sure you got on a heavy boot. And around where, like, if you have where the doorknob and where the deadbolt is at, that's the sweet spot where you want to kick the door in. What you do is with that boot that you got on your foot, around that area, around about the side, get as close enough to that door, and with your dominant foot, you kick that bitch in, and that's what is called a perfect door kick in. Because once you do that, the frame flies the fuck off the door, and you're able to get the fuck in the house. All right. That's my first lesson. That's my only lesson for door kicking in 101, everybody. So, don't ask me how I know how to do that. All right, it's not that important. Let's just say that. Let's just say I had to kick a door in my life. Well, a couple doors in my life. All right, so let's continue the video. Sorry.
That a parent should never bear.
She's very cautious about her surroundings. Unfortunately, someone basically was stalking and killed my baby.
Police say Kevin Accordo lived in Florida and did not know Janae. His only criminal record, traffic violations.
Okay, so he does have a... Okay, so traffic violations ain't really violent. So what would push a man over the edge other than money? Like they said, the love of money is the root of all evil. It'll make you kill for it. You'll even steal for it. So, possibility, not saying that she did, but I was used for money that has, and I'm in no way, shape, or form. I don't want nobody getting this. I don't want anybody to misinterpret this at all. I'm not going at Janae at all. I'm not. I'm not putting pressure on Janae. All right, I'm very respectfully doing this. But when people are owed money and people are okay, check this out. Check out. Let's check a drug dealer's life out. If a drug dealer is lending money out, or let's just say the drugs itself, because the drugs itself is money as well, it's income. If a drug dealer fronts one of his people some drugs and he says, excuse me, this is worth at least $2,000 right here. Uh I want 1,500 off of this. And let's say you don't either get enough money for them drugs, or you steal the money from the drugs, or you use them, or you use the drugs. That is enough for that drug dealer to kill a motherfucker for, because not only is he losing money on the deal, he's also he's losing out on good product that could be sold on the streets. So, with that example, with this case, I want to say that if this guy was used for money, money's the root of all evil. It'll make you kill for it. It'll make you steal for it. There you go. If he felt like he was used for money, he killed because someone was hurting him. Let's say someone was hurting him by y'all fill in the blank. All right, so let's continue this video here.
It does hurt as a parent to know you're bearing your child before you pass away.
Feeling as a father that you can't protect
She
your
was
daughter,
cute
so
though.
what
I won't,
happens
I
like
won't
this?
lie. I'm not
Janae
being thirsty,
was just
but
a light,
she was
to be honest,
beautiful.
and not
She was a
just
beautiful woman,
outside
and
the
she's
home,
my
but
age.
she was very
So
protective of me, protective of her dad, and she just was always the sweetest thing.
Exactly how the suspect got here from Florida, got in the house, found her, all of that we still do not know. We watched the family remove her belongings from the home today, and they're currently making funeral arrangements. Live in Richmond, I'm Jacob Bresco, KPRC 2 News.
all right, so that's the next video. So Mark also stated we kept her private. Not even her real friends really knew her name. I've moved my daughter 3 times because of my insecurities. She didn't have friends by her house. Her father added that he constantly worried about how many followers his daughter had and whether any wanted to harm her. Well, he knows this now. Uh, it scared the hell out of me. Janae, hold on. It scared the hell out of me. Janae, you have all these followers. Some followers, some follow you because they love you. Some are crazy, and some are obsessed. I.e., what was the guy's name again? Accordo, something Accordo. So, I would say, like the picture said. Let me bring the picture up. What he wrote on the door, I wish I never loved her. That's strike number 1. Some are crazy. That's strike number 2 because the motherfucker tracked her down and he got into her house. That's some crazy shit. That's stalkers. Stalker-ish shit there. That's crazy. And some are obsessed. I would say he's obsessed by this. He had to follow her on Instagram. That's a given. Also, he been paying his subscription on her OnlyFans page. So that's strike number 3. He's all 3. He was in love with her, which he wrote on the wall, which the police had took the picture of. He was crazy by breaking into her house, and he was obsessed because he had to have fantasized about her. Because where we at? I should have stayed in Florida. That means he was obsessed because if he's in Texas, about to just got done committing a crime by killing somebody, and then started writing on the walls because he's going the fuck crazy. That's the other one. That means he was obsessed with this girl. So all of this is crazy. All of this is crazy. All right. So Mark also says, that's why I guarded my daughter. Her friends thought her name was Mercedes. They didn't know where she lived, he said, adding, I don't know how he found her. Medical examiners have not yet revealed how long Janae had been dead for by the time she was found. So I would say the day of when he got into her house. He had to have killed her because let me say this: the apartments I would say that they are probably they're nice apartments, so it's probably not a lot of hiding places in those apartments. Uh, her attic is probably like any apartment attic. It's in a certain room. It's a little hole in the ceiling somewhere that's has like a little square door to it or whatever. So he probably wouldn't been able to get into that attic space, so he had to be hiding somewhere in a closet somewhere or waiting on her. So he probably waited until she was in a vulnerable state and then attacked her. And then, strangled her, possibly throwing her down the steps, I would have to say. Or, by being choked. Let's say she was choked at the top of the steps. when her body fell limp, that's probably when he let go, and she probably slid down the steps. So it's a weird thing. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying that I know all this stuff. I'm just stating that is many possibilities of how he got in, because the cop said earlier it's 3 ways the guy could have got in: front door, garage, or window. So it looked like no windows were at the bottom of the apartment, so that rules that out. It's a possibility that he could have gotten into the garage, which that's probably the main possibility because there's probably no way without a lockpick that he got into her house. Because unless he had identical keys made, there's no way he could have gotten into her house other than the garage. So, and he had to have done this shit at night as well. So, it's no way he could have showed up in broad daylight and killed this girl. So he had to have done this at night. Confronted her possibly while she was either like I said, in a vulnerable state by either taking a shower, getting dressed or something like that, where she couldn't protect herself at all, and all hell ensued after that. So, Janae, known as Miss Mercedes Moore to her 2.6 million Instagram followers, was found dead in her Cortland Sugarland apartments in Richmond, Texas, by police who were asked to carry out a wellness check. The Fort Bend County medical examiner found she had been strangled to death, according to KHOU 11 News. So this is this one, right? Well, not really, but this is a Houston, which is probably close to where's it from? Richmond, Texas.
The 33-year-old social media model was strangled to death. That's according to the Fort Bend County Medical Examiner's Office. And police are also now trying to figure out a timeline of when this all may have happened, and also shared with us that they have not seen any signs of forced entry to the apartment.
The details still murky as to what led up to the horrific murder of 33-year-old Janae Gagnier, known as Miss Mercedes Moore on social media, with a following of 2.6 million.
We want to find out why her, why him.
The body of the woman was discovered Sunday afternoon inside her apartment at the Cortland Sugarland complex. According to the medical examiner, she died of strangulation and traumatic concussion in what police are investigating as a murder-suicide. A second body also found. Richmond police say it belongs to this man, 34-year-old Kevin Accordo, who died by suicide caused by multiple sharp force trauma.
We found her in her apartment doing a welfare check. People haven't heard from her in a couple of days.
It was the woman's family that called police asking for a welfare check on Sunday. Gagnier's father was with officers when they made the gruesome discovery.
People were asking about the relationship between her and the suspect. And at this time, we are doing some investigating on social media to determine if there is the exact cause.
And investigators would not share with us whether or not anything was taken from inside of this woman's apartment. And they also tell us that the last known address for the suspect in this case is out of Florida.
So nothing. He probably didn't take anything, but he probably was smelling some draws while she wasn't there. But he's a weirdo and he's dead. So good riddance. So
Now the
trying to cue this next video up for y'all. Alright, so police also found a body of 34-year-old Kevin Alexander Accordo of Florida. The medical examiner said he had killed himself with multiple sharp force trauma, which he stabbed himself in the neck several times. Her stalker killer stabbed himself in the neck after spending 2 days writing messages on the wall of her home with lipstick. It is not believed that there was a relationship between the suspect and the victim. Richmond police said in a statement. Authorities said there was no sign of forced entry at the apartment, and they are treating the deaths as murder-suicide. Okay. Sister London Gagnier claimed that Janae was being stalked before her death. The family thinks she had been dead since Saturday, August 28th, when they last heard from her. Yeah, like I said, it's a possibility that the day of that they called her, that he got in the house and killed her. Now, like I said, it's two possibilities here. First possibility is this, like I said, got in the house when she was either in a vulnerable state or or when she was sleeping, which is still a vulnerable state. So in secondly, you can't rule out what he wrote on the wall, that I was used for money. You got to figure out what the hell that means, for the simple fact that they have to find motive of why he did this. Murder suicide. There will be no trial, so they have to close this case somehow. And it's going to revolve around motive. Why did he do it? Number one, the first motive is he wrote I was used for money. Secondly, I should have. What would I say? I shouldn't have loved her so much. Yeah, I should have stayed in Florida. Is one is I wish I never loved her. So there's your motive. There, he was a crazed fan. That's motive. I should have stayed in Florida, which means he now doubts what he's doing. That's number two. That's the second motive, that he regretted what he did after he did it, and then I was used for money. Second motive, and then he tries to show sympathy. So sorry to the landlord, and I heard a lot of people, and I can't see what the other shit says. So yeah, they have to find some sort of motive. And if the sister said that Janae told her that she was being stalked, why wasn't any sort of like police report made that she's afraid for her life, that something may happen to her? Why wasn't that at all in any way brought up or done to the fact that you know none of this could have happened? Because I'll say this: if there was some sort of like police presence in the neighborhood every so often, just to check and see if she was doing okay, um, this would have never happened. Not saying that it's the police's fault, but if the sister and Janae had some sort of implication that Janae was being stalked, then some sort of like police report should have been made to state that um, she was afraid for her life. So Saturday goes by. She is laying dead, and we have this man in the apartment. Uh, Her mother, Janetta Grover, said. London posted on Instagram she wasn't robbed, it was just a stalker from out of state who'd been stalking her. Police have not commented on possible motives, and said investigators are continuing. Gagnier had more than 2.6 followers and was followed by many celebrities on Instagram, including rapper Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Meek Mills, Snoop Dogg, and more. She was also a popular content creator on OnlyFans. The rapper Bow Wow wrote on her Instagram, "Stop playing. We just spoke on Thursday. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this, yo. Nah." Tory Lanez wrote on his Instagram, "Rest in peace, Queen." In a second Instagram post, Janae's sister London mourned her death, writing, "Yesterday was the worst day of my life. My heart is gone, my soul is gone." London also revealed that her and her mom checked on Janae, who was also survived by her brother, last Thursday. She said that she was having an amazing time. Gagnier had more than 2.6 followers. I don't know why the fuck they keep bringing this up. Read that already. Gagnier's neighbors reported on Monday to KPRC TV about the murder. What I thought was safe, it seems, is not. We have so many rules and so many guidelines. I would never expect someone to breach our security and someone be murdered on this property," said Roderick Shaw. On Tuesday, a spokesman for Richmond Police Department, where she lived, told DailyMail.com they were combing through her hundreds of social media accounts, trying to find a link with her killer. "It's safe over here. We have the gates the gates, the fence. You got to have a code to get in. You have to have a code to get in, a code to get out. I'm just shocked," said Edna Swist. Police have not yet been able to share any information about Kevin. It's unclear if he was known to Floridian authorities, but he does not have an arrest record, according to publicly available documentation. So, what I want to say with this is, rest in peace to Janae and to her family. I bid you guys a condolences for the simple fact that you guys just lost a daughter, a sister, and to the family, to her other family members. You also lost a cousin as well. So condolences. All right. So, are y'all ready for this shit? Are y'all ready for this shit? Huh? I don't think y'all ready for this. Are y'all ready for this?
Holy shit.
Oh shit! Y'all ready for this? First John Doe in R. Kelly trial testifies he was forced into sex acts. That's disgusting. All right. The first male witness to speak publicly about alleged sexual abuse at the hands of R. Kelly took the stand on Monday in the singer's criminal trial. The man testified that over the course of his relationship with Kelly, the R&B singer gave him oral sex, made him have sex with other women, and routinely recorded sexual encounters. So let me play y'all this video, her, real fast. But R. Kelly is a sick motherfucker. Say that.
The sex trafficking trial of R. Kelly today was day 8 in court, and there was more explosive testimony, this time from a male witness who claims he was a victim of R. Kelly. Fox 5's Lisa Evers was inside the courtroom and joins us now with today's developments. Lisa.
Well, Steve, we heard some shocking testimony this
Jesus
morning,
Christ!
all throughout the day in the federal racketeering trial of R. Kelly.
What the hell's up with her voice? Yeah, David, we're sitting here and we're trying to see what the hell's going on with the R. Kelly trial. Like, what the hell's up with her voice? Yo, shit.
From a man who claims he was just 17 and working at a McDonald's drive-thru when he met Kelly. He says Kelly came through in an expensive foreign car and gave him his telephone number. Now, the accuser, using the alias Lewis, says Kelly promised to help him with his aspiring rap career, luring him to a sprawling estate to record a demo. Instead, Lewis claims Kelly asked him how far he would go in order to have a music career and whether he Kelly then knelt down and performed a sex act with him. Lewis testified on another occasion he was with Kelly in a detached garage with a boxing gym inside. Kelly snapped his fingers 3 times, and a naked woman came out from under the boxing ring and performed a sex act with him while the R&B singer allegedly watched. Still in his senior year in high school, as all this happened, Lewis says Kelly used a camcorder or iPad to record the incidents. While the pattern of what he says is similar to other accusers, he's not part of the complaint and was initially identified as John Doe number 1. This former prosecutor explains.
Regards to his testimony, because there are no charges regarding John Doe number 1. However, the prosecutor is using his experiences to try to corroborate the other Jane Doe experience and say that they are similar in terms of modus operandi, in terms of motive.
Now, hold on. I have to say this publicly. Because I don't think I've said this publicly before. With that whole surviving R. Kelly thing, I don't think, and this is just me talking, all right? Y'all can disagree in the comments if y'all want. I don't think that R. Kelly is smart enough to remember um not how to, but I don't think R. Kelly is smart enough to coerce these females the exact same way. I don't think he's smart enough to do that. Because number one, he has a lot of shit to do throughout the day. He got songs to write. You know, he got McDonald's to eat because McDonald's is his favorite restaurant. he got meetings to go to and shit like that. Like, I don't think he's that smart to remember, hey, I said this to this girl at that time, I'm gonna say the same thing. And from what we gathered from that docuseries is that the girls willingly went to him. Now, a lot of y'all is cuss me out right now. But don't we got and I'm not taking up for R. Kelly at all. Whatsoever. Fuck that. Look, we gotta blame parents for signing their kids over. We gotta blame R. Kelly for even thinking about fucking with these young girls. And we also have to blame R. Kelly's management and his team for even allowing this shit. I would rather get fired for speaking my mind than to stay silent and complicit with what the fuck was going on in R. Kelly's personal life. Can't do it. I'll get fired from my job now for speaking my mind for something that I believe in. I'll do that first. I'll speak my mind first and let the repercussions come later. But there is no fucking way that this man coerced these females like they said that he did and got away with this shit for over 30 fucking years. There's no fucking way. We also have to consider this. The parents, the parents, the parents are a big factor in this. You gotta remember with the one family, what the fuck is their last name? The Savages. Y'all remember in that docuseries, the second one, that the Savages had their own little small uh 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 scenes in there. Probably 10 minutes at best. But there's also another I think it's a Vice series or like a Vice episode that also shows the Savages trying to get their daughter back by pleading with R. Kelly and their team, which has been brought out from, and I hate to say her name, but I gotta say it, Tasha K interviewed both the dad and the mother of, and the girl's name slipping me right now. Interviewed both of them for practically, I think, like 2 weeks straight. And Tashke was in contact with them with any new information they got, she got, and she presented it to her YouTube following. So I don't understand. Look, everybody should be in jail. His team and the parents and whoever else knows about this shit. They should be in jail for the simple fact that you're watching a young girl go through this shit. Now, a lot of people are saying these young women, yeah, they're women now, but when it happened, they were girls. Young girls. What? The youngest female they said he was with was 14? And as y'all, if y'all can account in the surviving R. Kelly, every girl stated when they started their testimony on that show was when I met R. Kelly, I was 17. except for the one girl, the girl that was at his trial. She was 15 at the time. But every woman now, but when they were younger, they all said that they were 17 when they met him. Now, look, if that doesn't sound like a rehearsed story, I can't tell you. Like, I can't tell you. Some of those girls as well who said that they were older at the time when fucking with R. Kelly had sex with young girls. So why ain't these girls in jail? They just committed statutory rape. Now, all rape is still has no shit. Come on now, Marcus. Uh statute of limitation. So how's it that these women who are now on the stand talking like, hey, this is what happened to me, blah 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 blah. We had sex. He made me have sex with younger girls when I was 19, 20, 21. Why isn't it that the judge isn't banging his gavel and saying, okay, you may step down, but stay here real fast. Let me talk to you. You're going to get subpoenaed in a couple days for the simple fact that you did a sexual act with a young woman. Now, some people will say they were coerced. They had. Where am I at on time? Because I'm just talking. All right, I'm good. You had sex with a young girl as well as Mr. Kelly. You were an adult while the young girl you had sex with was a child. So you're gonna be subpoenaed in a couple days. So don't be surprised when you get some paperwork. But let's just be honest with this. Like, for real, let's be honest with this. Why is it that only R. Kelly is the ring? Well, R. Kelly is the ringleader in all this, but why isn't it that everybody below him that works for him and all the other girls that had done sexual acts with other young girls aren't also on trial? This should be a RICO case. Just saying, this should be a RICO case. Now, when did we all learn about R. Kelly's lust for young girls? When we found out back in what, 95, that him and Aaliyah had got married. More on that a little bit later. But if this is the ongoing story that both Aaliyah and R. Kelly were married at a point in time in both of their lives, may Aaliyah rest in peace. But how is it that R. Kelly, or why wasn't it that R. Kelly didn't get arrested then? Because not only was Aaliyah, what, 15 at the time? Why wasn't it that her family didn't press charges? Because we gotta remember, between her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, to her second album, One in a Million, they had two separate producers on both of those albums. Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, R. Kelly produced that one. And from here on out, Missy Elliott and Timberland uh, had produced her second, possibly her third one too. I think she had four though, four albums, but I don't know. But yeah, why isn't it that nobody underneath of R. Kelly is not being subpoenaed in the court to be placed on trial as well? Why isn't it that any of these girls that were women at the time when they had sex acts with young girls, why isn't that they're not in jail? or, you know, going on trial. Because if we're talking justice here, we just can't put one person under the jail. This has many moving parts to it. If this has many moving parts to it, then that means a lot of shit has happened within 30 years. Alright, moving on. Let's continue this video.
Now, late this afternoon, Lewis came under tough cross-examination from Kelly's attorney, who tried to discredit him.
Holy shit! Her
As for
voice.
prosecutors, they say their intent is
Lisa
to
Evers.
show that he's a sexual predator so that they can put him behind bars for the rest of his life. We're live in downtown Brooklyn at federal court. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Steve, back to you.
Wait a minute. I know that. I don't know her, but this woman, she does a lot of these reports. I don't even think she works for this this news company. Wow. Anyway. So, where am I at? The witness referred to throughout his testimony by the synonymous Lewis uh is the first man to accuse Kelly of sexual abuse in the trial. Kelly is facing 5 federal charges. This is his case in New York. I think he still has his trial in Chicago still to go as well, including 1 count of racketeering, 4 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits taking minors across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. The R&B singer's criminal trial began 2 weeks ago at the Brooklyn Federal Court building and will likely last at least a month. Lewis's testimony was different from the other several Jane Does who have painted a harrowing picture of graphic sexual and physical abuse. Lewis testified that Kelly never physically abused him, but the singer did try to give him oral sex when he was 17 in Illinois. The legal age of consent in Illinois is 17. But because Kelly was almost 40 at the time, it constitutes sexual abuse. We had sat down. This is the John Doe Lewis's testimony. We had sat down and talked for a while, and he had asked me what I was willing to do for the music. Said Lewis, referring to one of the first times he went over to Kelly's Olympia Fields home outside of Chicago. He recalled telling Kelly that he would carry his bags, among other things, but that answer didn't satisfy Kelly. According to Lewis, Kelly then asked him if he had fantasies. That's weird as fuck. But you know what they say in the music business, a lot of crazy shit happens. Even in the movie business, a lot of crazy shit happens, he said. So so this is Kelly talking. You ever had a fantasy about you and a man? I said no. Lewis recalled Kelly asking him. He crawled down. He crawled down on his knees to me and proceeded to give me oral sex. Lewis said he told Kelly he didn't like it, and the singer stopped. But wait a minute. Why was his dick out anyway? That's what I want to know. Why the fuck was his dick out?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Oh shit! How can a man give you oral sex, How can he crawl on his knees, pull your pants down, then give you oral sex, but you don't like it? There is no fucking way. Plus, why the fuck didn't you get the hell away from him after he asked you if you had any fantasies? And why didn't you leave after he asked you? You never fantasized being with a man? Look, at 17, me, 17, none of that shit could have happened at all. And at the time, at 17, I wanted to be a rapper. So if uh who was it that I liked in 12th grade? My two favorite rappers at the time was 50 Cent and Kanye West. Could none of them niggas ask me that bullshit. Hey yo, like you fantasize about dudes, yo? Like don't you got fantasies? You wanna be in the music industry, right? Come on, yo, you gotta let me suck your dick and you know what I'm saying? We got fucking shit. No, nigga, I'm good. I'd rather be independent. or matter of fact, McDonald's is hiring. I'll just go to McDonald's. I'm good. I didn't. I didn't want to be a rapper that damn bad. Like I wanted to be a rapper, but I didn't want to be one that damn bad. But the question remains: why was your dick out, homie? Like, come on, dog. Like, why? This shit is crazy, man. Because really, he started giving you oral sex after he asked you. You never fantasize about these? You said this.
Oh yeah!
Just saying. And there was a lot of whip cracking and shit, and a lot of moaning, and the dogs was barking and shit outside. Like, it was a lot of shit going on in that room before you said, yo, I don't like this shit, yo. I don't feel right. But I'm not going hard on this guy. I'm just saying, why was your dick out? You 17 at R. Kelly's house of all places. Why wasn't your mom with you? Your dad, a brother, a friend? Like, why wasn't any of these motherfuckers with you? Oh, I know. Because when it comes to parents in R. Kelly, people's parents just sign their kids over to R. Kelly. Now that's documented. But, shit happens. So, unlike the majority of past witnesses, it's unclear if Lewis still supports Kelly or if their relationship continues. In 2020, Lewis was charged with attempted bribery for trying to pay off a potential witness in the case against Kelly. This is a money grab. That's all this is. He trying to write a book. Look, I told y'all this with the Derek Chauvin trial. Whole time when you was looking at the Derek Chauvin trial, Derek Chauvin was writing notes. Now I asked, why the fuck was he writing so damn much? Because at the end of every day, those notebooks are turned in. Because I think they have like paralegals look at that shit. I think the judge looks at notes and stuff that was taken. Uh, and then I think they get that same notebook back the next day during trial. So I said that there's some sort of Derek Chauvin's looking at some sort of book deal at the end of all of this, which Derek Chauvin's second trial has not yet uh, been done. I think his federal trial. Um. So where did I? So Lewis told the court that Kelly had nothing to do with the $2 million bribe, and Lewis was pursuing the witness because he was allegedly going to receive a payment of $200,000. But from who? From R. Kelly? Like, this is the strange thing about this case, everybody. Everybody on this case protected R. Kelly at some point in time. The what was it? What's her name? Angela Clary or something like that. Whole time during that interview with Gail King, she was protecting Kelly. Now there's they said that that same girl didn't show up to court. Not saying that she dodged it, but she didn't want to come. Now, why isn't it that she was subpoenaed to come? Now, the other girl, on the other hand, that was sitting in the red uh, business suit, the red business or orange female business suit, I don't even think she's testifying. And we gotta remember, those were the last that we know of, the last two girls that R. Kelly had in his possession, like cocaine. Just saying. So, additionally, Lewis said he was trying to bribe the potential witnesses so that none of these recordings Kelly took of him having sex went public. It's unclear who was bankrolling the bride. I know who was bank. I mean, this is a speculation and an allegation. So allegedly, uh, that lawyer Allred was probably doing it. Just saying. She did it to Bill, who said that she wouldn't do it to Kelly. Just saying. Lewis pleaded guilty, and as part of his plea deal, was required to testify as a witness in Kelly's trial on Monday. When asked by prosecutors if he wanted to be there, Lewis responded no. Lewis said, "Nah, this is how he said it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. This is how Homeboy said it. They asked him. They asked him if he wanted to be there to plead against Kelly. He said this. Nope. You sure? Nope. Oh, so you do want to come? Nope. But why not? I just don't want to. Like, this is what this nigga was on. So Lewis said he is facing 15 years in prison for bribery charges. Well, nigga, look. You fucked a man. Just come out and say it. I fucked a man when I was 17. Like I said, I'm not protecting R. Kelly in none of this. Because he's just as evil as everybody else that's testifying, worked for him, and, potentially was one of them girls that was there fucking other little girls. They're all evil and they're all in this. So why is it that there's just Kelly on racketeering charges? This should be a RICO case. I'm just saying. So Lewis met Kelly in 2006. So Homeboy's my age. I was 17 in 2006. Well, I was turning 18 then. So let's say he has a late birthday. So he's around my age. So homie was letting 40-year-old grown ass men suck on his dick. Uh, met Kelly in 2006 when the witness was a senior in high school, so he was my age, working at McDonald's, which was R. Kelly's favorite restaurant, outside of Chicago. Lewis, who was an aspiring rapper at the time, said he was initially linked up with Kelly, hoping that the singer could help him get into the music industry. Although Lewis did perform for Kelly, but what kind of performance though?
Surprise, motherfucker.
So so uh where was I at? God damn it. Singer could help him remove all the Lewis. Performed for Kelly a few times in the singer's at home studio. We all know what happened in his studio. Beds were in there, girls were in there. So he performed for him. He performed for him. Yes, he did. He performed a whole lot of shit. And then when he was done, this is what R. Kelly said to him.
Be gone, slut!
It was a little delayed, but yeah. Um Lewis testified that he mostly played basketball, which was R. Kelly's favorite sport, with Kelly and attended the singer's house parties.
What the fuck?
Over the course of their 15-year relationship, Lewis said, 15-year relationship?
What the fuck?
I should have did this one. Would have made more sense, but if there's anything else that's pointing out to me, I'll do that. So, over the course of their 15-year relationship, Lewis said, he and Kelly had many sexual encounters.
Why you being a dickhead?
I didn't mean to do that. The majority of their encounters, Lewis said, included Kelly coercing Lewis into having sex with women, most of whom were dating R. Kelly. Dating R. Kelly at the time. Lewis testified that Kelly often recorded these interactions even though it made him uncomfortable. Eventually, Lewis said Kelly told him to start calling him daddy. What? A name Kelly required all of his girlfriends, many of whom were minors, to use. Lewis testified he was once at Kelly's Olympia Fields home, and the singer forced him to receive oral sex from women. He told me he wanted me to have sex with his girlfriends, Lewis told jurors, adding that Kelly was in the room recording the sexual encounter with his iPad. I really couldn't get really excited because it was an uncomfortable situation. What really happened, allegedly, was when he saw all them girls naked and he couldn't, what I'm saying, bring the thunder. This is what he said. That's what he said. Anyway. Nah, not yet. I'm not done yet. So Lewis and Kelly became frustrated and shouted at him when he hold on. How you allow somebody to yell at you that ain't your daddy? That's making you call him daddy. Man, fuck out of here, man. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you, man. Shit. This shit's too damn funny to read, man. Hold on. Where am I at? Lewis, hold on. Lewis said, Lewis said that Kelly became frustrated and shouted at him. When he seen I wasn't getting excited, he said, "I'm confused. I don't know what you want. A woman? A man?" Lewis is Lewis is one of the two John Does discussed in the uncharged evidence. Uh, Neither are included in the original indictment. Other male, Another male victim that Lewis discussed while on the stand was a young man referred to as nephew. Nephew. Who named him? Snoop Dogg? Earlier in the trial, Lewis identified nephew as his best friend from high school and said he introduced nephew to Kelly at a house party around 2006. Earlier in the trial, a Jane Doe confirmed that nephew, you was talking real hard on the phone, nephew. Oh shit. uh, nephew Kelly Ellsberg. Early in the trial, a Jane Doe confirmed that nephew was also a victim of Kelly's abuse, telling jurors that Kelly forced her and nephew to have sex while the singer filmed them. He said he had been grooming nephew since he was young, like me. Doe recalled Kelly telling her. In court Monday, the photo Lewis used to identify the other male victim matched an earlier photo of Jane Doe confirmed as nephew. Lewis related in a particular graphic story that Kelly tried to force Lewis and nephew to have sex while the R&B singer watched. Hold the fuck up. I'll just breeze past that shit like wasn't nothing. Hold on. Lewis related in a particularly graphic story that Kelly tried to force Lewis and nephew to have sex. What?
What the fuck?
To have sex while the R&B singer watched. The alleged encounter happened while Kelly was living in Trump Towers around 2018. Lewis testified. Kelly instructed me and the individual to touch each other, kiss each other, Lewis said. When Lewis continually declined to have sex with nephew. What you talking about, Willis? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Holy shit.
So y'all was older? So how is it that a grown man still is allowing you? Well, hold on. How's you allowing a grown man to tell you to do anything? Let's put that in perspective first. Secondly, why you allowing dudes to tell you what to do and shit? What part of the game is that? I want to know because this shit sounds weird already. Now, let's continue. When Lewis continually declined to have sex with nephew, so I guess R. Kelly and Snoop Dogg was in the room while that was happening. Allegedly, I'm not saying Snoop Dogg was actually there. I'm making a joke, but I'm just saying. Uh, R. Kelly was filming Lewis on his iPad, and Snoop Dogg was filming nephew with his iPhone. Just to let y'all know, I wasn't there, but just saying. It's like nah. Oh shit! I don't even know where the hell I'm at anymore on this. This shit is too damn funny. Uh, continues to decline to have with nephew. Kelly began having sex with nephew. What?
Holy Holy shit.
Lewis testified, telling him, "Come on, nephew, let's show him how it's supposed to be done." What the fuck is going on here? Alright, Lewis said it was clear that Kelly was in charge because he was instructing nephew on what to do throughout the sexual interaction. Quick question, Lewis. Why the fuck was you still in the room? So did R. Kelly give you the iPad and be like, "Hey, film this shit so we can, so come on, nephew, let's show this nigga how it's done, yo, Chicago style." What the fuck is happening here? What the fuck is happening here? I don't know what the fuck is happening here. The story just keeps getting better. The last time Lewis saw Kelly in person, he said the singer made him write a letter falsely claiming that people were paying Lewis to say that he and Kelly had a sexual relationship. Several other victims have testified that Kelly made them write incriminating letters, which we also found out, I think, with the second surviving R. Kelly, that contained false information as a form of blackmail. So what I'm about to do, I'm gonna go off camera, but I'm gonna let this video play, and I will be right back right after the video gets done playing.
The trial entered into its 8th day in federal court on Monday, with the first John Doe to take the stand. The man who went by Lewis said he met Kelly in 2006 while working the overnight shift at a McDonald's drive-thru in suburban Chicago. Kelly, who was 39 years old at the time, asked for the phone number of Lewis's female manager and gave a slip of paper with his own phone number to Lewis to thank him. Lewis, an aspiring R&B musician himself, texted Kelly and was ultimately invited to one of the singer's music studios to play some music he had worked on. But Lewis didn't get very far, as Kelly would let the song play for only 5 seconds and would then say that he didn't like it. Lewis left the studio discouraged that the king of R&B wasn't interested in his music. But he continued to text Kelly and later saw him at a gym around the corner from the McDonald's where he worked in Markham, Illinois. Soon enough, he was regularly invited to Kelly's home for parties and to play basketball with the singer. Kelly ultimately invited Lewis to a studio at his home in Olympia Fields, another suburb of Chicago. But when Lewis got there, they met in a detached garage where Kelly had exercise equipment and a boxing ring, rather than in one of the studios the singer maintained in the main building. Kelly would ask him what he was willing to do for music.
Sorry, that was very loud. I'm sorry.
"I'll carry your bags. Anything you need, I'll be willing to do." Kelly would respond, "That's not it," before asking him about fantasies regarding other men. He then described how Kelly proceeded to take advantage of him, despite the fact that he wasn't into it. On that first occasion, Lewis stated that he told the singer to stop. After Kelly stepped back, he swore Lewis to secrecy, saying, "Don't tell anyone, we're brothers now." Lewis, who was 17 at the time,
They're butt brothers now. Oh, shit.
said he continued to see Kelly after it happened because he was hoping to still be mentored for his music career. He went on to share that he experienced much of the same behaviors as the other James, who have already appeared on the witness stand, including being told to write a letter for Kelly in an effort to protect him. Lewis said he last saw Kelly in person in the late 2010s in the hallway outside the singer's apartment in Chicago's Trump Tower. Kelly had invited him there to talk, saying he needed protection and that he needed for Lewis to write a letter. Lewis admitted to writing the letter, but said he was told, word for word, what to write, which is to say, the content.
As of what those girls said that he did, not one of the last two, I can't remember the dark skinned girl's name, but she said that I think she didn't say that in an interview, but if y'all remember that video that came out, I think it was last year, of her breaking into the Trump Tower hotel room that they were staying in, and the other girl was in there, and she started just shouting all kinds of shit. That was one of the things that she said, that R. Kelly made them write incriminating letters about themselves. So let's continue.
The letter is not true. Apparently, the defense struggled to come up with factual discrepancies in Lewis's story. He spent several minutes asking Lewis why he testified that Kelly opened the door to his Olympia Fields home on the day the act took place for the first time. He claimed Lewis said that a person named Candy handled security at the door. Lewis responded to the question saying Candy wasn't there that day. Despite his past, Lewis said he still hoped to make it in music. When asked, what did R. Kelly do to help move his career forward? Lewis gave the same answer as every other Jane. Nothing. A woman also testified that she too shared the same experiences as the other Janes that had previously appeared. She said she was also 17, and the incident took place.
Wait. This is the famous performance, I think. I think this is at the Apollo. This is the famous performance where I think they had that sign up that said 18 and older, or 18 and older, some crazy shit like that. To whatever. So I forgot what it said, but it says something like 18 and over or something. But I think that's the famous Apollo performance that was on. So
In Miami in 1994. She claimed that after the show, Kelly's associates took her and a friend to his dressing room, where he would use his power to have his way with her without the use of protection. She said she was in complete shock and didn't know what to say. She said she basically went blank. Afterward, she and her friend unlocked the door and ran out of the room. On cross, the defense attorney pressed Addie on why after that experience, she waited more than 2 decades to report it. She stated it's because
that is a good question. That's also with all of these other Me Too women that come out years later accusing their accuser. It makes no sense that this is happening, but since in certain states that they have lifted the statute of limitation when it comes to sexual abuse and stuff like that, they are now able to come out and say that I was raped in 1947 by Chubby Checker.
she wanted to avoid feeling shame. Check out some of our videos that you may have missed, and stay tuned to our channel for more press release content.
Alright. Okay. Whew. I can't take no more. But we're almost done. I've been on here for 3 hours. Usually, I don't know what it is with the beginning of every month. I always do a 3 hour stream. I don't know what the fuck the deal is. So let's continue this. But first, let me do something real fast. Give me like 15 seconds. Well, not even that. Give me 5. All right. All right. Lewis' testimony ended on a poignant note when the prosecution asked what Kelly had done to advance his music career. Nothing, he responded. As of Monday afternoon, 16 witnesses had had taken the stand in Kelly's trial. Many of the witnesses include charged and uncharged individuals, as well as former assistants, managers, and others who were close to Kelly throughout his career. The trial is expected to continue for at least another month. So, I got a bonus story for you guys, okay? It still revolves around R. Kelly and it still revolves around his trial. All right. So, R. Kelly admitted to marrying Aaliyah so she could get an abortion. Jane, Jane Doe testifies. Kelly's team bribed an official for a fake ID so he and then 15-year-old rising star Aaliyah could get married. R. Kelly infamously married Aaliyah Halton when she was 15 years old in 1994. And the dark motivation for the marriage was alleged in a federal court on Monday. A second Jane Doe took the stand at the Brooklyn Federal Courthouse in New York City to testify that Kelly told her he married the singer known simply as Aaliyah when she was 15 so that she could have an abortion. Jane Doe, 23, testified that Kelly gathered his several girlfriends together so that they could ask him anything they'd like. She testified that when one asked him to explain why he married Aaliyah, he died who died in a plane crash in 2001. He said that only parents and spouses could legally give permission for a minor to get an abortion. What begs my question: why didn't you just let her parents allow her to get one? Because didn't your manager or road manager get arrested for bribing a judge? You know how much time that has behind it? That has a lot of time behind that shit. Just saying. So, uh, she also asked that she also said that he gave Aaliyah money and a secret bat phone for her to reach him in case of an emergency. Aaliyah is named as another Jane Doe in the federal case against R. Kelly, who was charged with 1 count of racketeering, 4 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits taking minors across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. Kelly met Aaliyah when she was 12 and began writing and producing music for her, including her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. But, do y'all know who introduced Kelly and Aaliyah? Aaliyah's uncle, Barry Hankerson, which I think is her mother's older brother or younger brother or something like that. Barry Hankerson. Or it's either Barry Hankerson or Harry Hankerson, but I think it's Barry Hankerson. So yeah, it was Barry Hankerson, uncle of Aaliyah, who was managing R. Kelly in public announcement, when they first came out, and what else happened with that? Uh, yeah, he introduced them to, and then he, R. Kelly, like I said, started writing music for Aaliyah. So that's how all of that happened. Which is funny. Y'all remember that song "Vibe"? The song that he has with R. Kelly in Public Announcement. R. Kelly has in the song. If you hear it, he says, "Little Aaliyah got that vibe." That's what he said in the song. And wasn't that song a sexual song? Just saying. So his former tour manager, Demetrius Smith, who reluctantly testified Friday and Monday, admitted to bribing someone, bam, what I just said, someone he knew at the uh, welfare, god damn it, welfare office with $500 in order for Aaliyah to obtain a fake ID so she and Kelly, who was 27 at the time, could get married. Smith told the courtroom that he was presented when the two obtained a marriage license and when they married in casual clothes at a Sheraton in Chicago. Shortly after they exchanged vows, Kelly was off to perform at a show. He said, "It shouldn't have happened. It was wrong," Smith testified. Before getting cut off by Judge Ann Donnelly, he added, sorry, uh, I, sh- I shouldn't be talking about Aaliyah because she's not here. Doe will continue her witness testimony on Tuesday. So that is next week. And that wraps up my show for the day. Look, I had lots of fun with y'all guys today, with laughs and crazy stories. So I want to give y'all a round of applause and a good cheer. Y'all made it through all 3 hours. So I want to end this and, get you guys out of here. You guys got lives just like I got lives. So, if you could, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon and hit it to all, and make sure you hit it to all for all of my notifications. All right. I do a game live stream Fridays, and I do my podcast, which you're watching now, on Saturdays. Both days at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget to check me out. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell icon to all. You can you can get to either or of my channels, which I will share in a minute. You can get to each one of my channels on both of my channels. Both of my channels have each separate individual channel on each channel. So on Marcus Speaks, you'll see Marcus Speaks Play. On Marcus Speaks Play, you'll see Marcus Speaks. All right. So if you subscribe to one, just subscribe to both. All right. And with that, follow my second channel, which is Marcus Speaks Play, linked in the description below. And my YouTube channels are: first channel is Marcus Speaks, my main channel. My second channel, Marcus Speaks Play, like I just told you. Please go and subscribe. All right. I am using and streaming live with Restream.com to both Facebook and YouTube. So everybody over there on Facebook, once this live ends, which will be in the next 2 minutes and 44 seconds, those videos come down and the YouTube link will be in its place. So it's much better if you just come over here to YouTube. So come over here, subscribe, all right? So, if you have any show ideas or recommendation or story recommendations or game recommendations for the show or shows, please leave please leave all your recommendations or show ideas in the live chat comment sections on both Facebook or YouTube. And or if you want to reach me through my DMs on my social media, the way you can follow me as well as hit me up on my DMs on social media is these: Instagram at Marcus.speaks.podcast, Marcus on Facebook at Marcus Speaks, which is the personal page, Marcus Speaks Podcast, which is the group page I have. So go over there and become a member. Excuse me. And both the group page and the Instagram is connected. So if I put anything on Instagram, it'll show up in the group. So if don't think that you'll miss out on anything, because whatever I post over there goes over there on the group. And also, I am on Twitter at Marcus Speaks Podcast, all one word. So type in Marcus, type it in the same way you see it on the screen. Marcus Speaks Podcast, all one word. And again, if you could, please like this video, share this video, also share the channel, and subscribe and hit the bell icon to all so you can get all of my notifications, all right? So everybody, I thank y'all for coming through. I enjoyed this. Just, come back so we can have some more fun. All right, so I thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all next Friday. But it is the holiday, so you can see me. Well, I'm thinking of coming tomorrow or Monday, so look out for both those days on both Marcus Speaks and Marcus Speaks Play. All right, I'll check y'all out either tomorrow or Monday, if not Friday of next week. I'll check y'all